The Friday Morning Rant contains adult themes, adult humor, satire humor, and pretty much anything that isn't politically correct, I'm going to eventually say. So if you can't handle that, then piss off, Jack. You're at the wrong podcast. It is Saturday, November 2nd, 2019, in case you give a shit. Sorry this is going to be a day late, folks, but I had some, I didn't have anything to do. I'm just going to come out and say it. Okay, my wife, Girly, works at a hotel. She is housekeeping, okay? And, she's not as young as she used to be. So when she gets days off, sometimes she just wants to sleep. And, well, she had 3 days off this week in a row because we're starting to kind of get into the off season. Her first 2 days she spent cooking. She does a lot of cooking on the sidelines, selling Filipino food just to make a few extra bucks. I certainly encourage her to do so. Because we're still sending money home to her father. We're trying to save up for Christmas. There's a whole lot of shit going on. And we're trying to pay off her trip to the Philippines. She had to go in emergency months ago. So, she's working. That's what she does. She's a hard worker. So yesterday, it was her last day off. She's working today and tomorrow. And she's working probably all the way till Wednesday. Right? That's her work week. It's like Friday till Tuesday, and then she's off Wednesday and Thursday. And she had Friday off, of course, because she had 3 days in a row, like I said. So Wednesday and Thursday she did a lot of cooking, sold a lot of food. And then Friday she took Cassandra, our daughter, to school. She comes back, she climbs into bed, and she proceeded to sleep from 9 o'clock in the morning till, I think 2 in the afternoon. Yeah, 2-ish, 2:30-ish, around that area. So, of course, I can't make a recording while she's sleeping in the same room, right? You can't do it. And I don't care. I'm not complaining. She asked me how come. She goes, "What are you going to do tomorrow?" And I told her I was going to make the show, do the show. And she goes, "Well, why didn't you do it when I was here?" And I was like, "Well, honey, you're sleeping. And I don't want to be, ranting and raising my voice and going on like that while you're trying to sleep." I said, "Plus, I don't think you want them hearing you snoring in the background." And I said, "It's no big deal." I said, "Now we're going to save up for a home after we pay off our trip to the Philippines." And I said, when we get a house, let's just get one that has like a little den or some kind of office space. And that's where I'll set up. And then she proceeded to act like I was upset. Ladies, I want to make something clear to you. If a man's upset, he'll tell you he's pissed off. He'll let you know he's upset. All right? There's no hidden meaning into anything I said there. I had no problem postponing recording the show so she could rest. She deserves it. She works a hell of a lot harder than I do. All my stuff is paperwork, right? I work hard at my job. I do the best I can at my job, right? But I don't consider that a hard job. I'm sitting at my desk all day, filling in paperwork and typing away and all that jazz. She's 4'9", and sometimes she has to turn the mattress or she has to lift the mattresses, king size. I want to go and watch her work one of these days, see how she freaking does it. So that was, the first thing about my wife. The second thing me and my wife discovered is she's getting out of shape. She is finding it difficult to keep up with her job because, she's 145 to 150 pounds. Now, that doesn't sound very big, but when you're 4'9", that's you got to drop some pounds. And I know, Shane, who are you to talk? You're 330 to 350 pounds. Yeah, I get that. But I'm bringing my wife up with me. So this Monday, we have decided we're going to start Monday. Going to get rid of all the junk food this weekend, right? If we don't finish the pop, we're going to get rid of it. Whatever we're doing, right? We're going to get rid of all the junk food, right? She's on board because she needs to lose weight now. So she wants to get rid of all the junk food. And we're going to go 30 days without sugar starting on Monday. Now, that's going to be a challenge. Now, I'm going to do everything I can to stick with that because I would really love to lose some weight. And I believe my wife is ready to lose her weight now. So that's our deal. And I'll keep you posted, let you know how we're doing. I hope everyone had a wonderful Halloween. Right? I hope everyone who has kids they got a lot of candy and they had a lot of fun. It rained here. It was raining a lot. So Cassandra decided to go to the mall where they do some trick-or-treating there. And it was a terrible haul. And it was one of those, you can get those little gift bags you can buy, they put your gifts in, medium-sized gift. It wasn't even full. It wasn't even half full. Right? And she's like, this is all I got. So I told her, I said, look, next year, let's just say the heck with it. We'll grab an umbrella and we'll just go for it. And she's like, yeah, let's do that. She was so disappointed. She did have fun with her friends, though. She went with a bunch of her friends and she had a blast with them and she enjoyed hanging out with them. She's just saying the candy haul was a little sparse. She's used to getting a pillowcase full. Well, that's all right. It is what it is. She had fun. Probably really isn't a bad thing that she doesn't have 30 pounds of candy. In the end. I was talking about I have friends that will go into their kids' bags of candy, right? And they go into it without asking the kids, right? They go in, they steal a few bags of candy here and there. I won't do it. Right? I know, shocker, fat guy doesn't steal food. But I don't. I won't. It ain't mine. I ain't touching it. Now, if my daughter goes, oh, Daddy, I have some candy. Would you like some? Of course, I will say yes. Or if I'm in the mood for a treat and she's awake, I'll say, can I grab a little bar or something? That's something I'll do. I won't do that now because she got such a little haul. But that's just the way I am. I don't touch my kids' stuff. It's not mine. It's theirs. I don't touch it, right? And to such an extreme, my ex, she lied about my son. Just outright lied. And said that my son was inappropriate with my daughter, Eleanor. Okay? And therefore, there were some charges made. They were completely dismissed. But during this time, it took over a year to get this all sorted out. Right? During this time, she kept my daughter away from me. Okay? But before this all happened, she and I went trick-or-treating that year. Okay? Before this all happened, I took her trick-or-treating. And she got a huge pillowcase full of candy. And I said, okay, honey, you going to take that home with you? I'm about to bring it out to her. And she said in front of her mom, no, I'm not taking that home with me. I said, oh, why not? She said, I don't want to take it home with me. I want to leave it here. I said, okay, well then, my ex, Sharon, she was all mad. No, it's going home with us, blah, blah, blah. She was getting all pissed for some reason. And I'm like, I don't know why you're so mad. And then she was like, well, I send that to her lunch snacks and her lunches. It saves me money to send her lunches. Oh, okay. I said, Eleanor, can I please fill up a small bag that will do a week for lunches? And she goes, okay. So I filled up a little grocery bag. And I handed it to her. Okay? So that's the scene. Then a couple weeks later, my ex accused my son of inappropriate touching. He was 13, blah, blah, blah. It took a year to get Eleanor to be able to come to my place again. And this is after, Eleanor saw a therapist, Eleanor saw a doctor, and they all said nothing happened. Nothing. And Eleanor said nothing happened. That was the kicker, right? My daughter was, no, nothing happened. I don't know, she knew her mom lied, and everyone knew it, but they couldn't really 100% prove it, so nothing was done about that. And I chalk it up to my ex is ill. My ex has some mental issues, and I just forgave her. I'm not going to, be nasty about it. I let it go. It is what it is. So, a year goes by, and my daughter finally comes back to my place for a weekend visit. She goes in her room, and she sees a great big bag of candy, not untouched. And she's like looking at it. She goes, is any of this still good? I said, well, just taste some of it. Let's see. So like I said, I don't touch my kids' stuff without their permission. I'm also one of those people that believe that once you give a gift to your child, you have no say over it. Right? On how they treat it or whatever. That's just my policy. It's not, some of you guys may not agree with that policy, but that's what I do. Once you give a kid or anybody a gift, you have no say in what they do with that gift. If they choose to give it to another person, they choose to break it, set it on fire, eat the damn thing, it's none of your damn business. You gave it up. That's it. It's done. So that's how I've always felt. So yeah, so that's where I am about stealing my kids' candy. I won't do it. Won't be done. Can't be done. In fact, I see those YouTube videos where they make these reactions where they tell their kids they ate their candy, and I hate videos like that. I just want to smack those parents because that is just mean. Why are you being mean to your kid to film it? Like, why are you doing that? Why do you want to film them upset and put it on the internet? Like, why would that's not funny? You're an asshole. Just plain and simple. You're an asshole. All right, calm down, Shane. Calm down. Easy, slow, deep breaths. In with the good, out with the bad. But no, we don't get any trick-or-treaters where I'm at. I'm in kind of a weird area where there's not a lot of kids. So we didn't get any trick-or-treaters. I didn't even bother buying candy. Because a couple years I bought candy, we gave out like 3 pieces. And it was just no point. That was that. But I hope everyone had fun. I do. To celebrate Halloween, I had 2 weeks vacation off. This is the last weekend before I go back to work. And so every night I introduce my wife to horror movies, right? Certain horror movies. And for 7 days we watched all 7 of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies starring, Robert Englund. That guy's awesome. So we had fun with that. And then we watched a movie called Dead Silence. Now, if you haven't heard this movie, it came out, I think, 2007. And it is a movie about a woman who's a ventriloquist who kind of crazy. She bumped off some kid 70 years ago. She died, but her ghost comes back. And when it goes completely silent all around you and you can't hear any noises going on, at that point in time, if you scream, she'll kill you. Okay? I mean, you can talk to her, all that jazz, but if you scream, she'll bump you off. Now, the premise of the movie is pretty good, and the movie actually was fairly decent. It wasn't the greatest horror movie in the world, but it certainly wasn't the worst. But it got such a bad review in the 2007s, and I would have liked to have seen more of this movie, of this genre. It was really good. And then we watched a Netflix original called Eli. Okay? Now, spoiler alert for Eli. Okay? If you haven't seen Eli, I don't know, fast forward a little bit. But I'm just telling you spoiler alert right now. That movie had me guessing and jumping and going, and I loved it. It's about this kid who is basically allergic to the world. They take him to a fancy facility. He finds a bunch of ghosts. He sees that pretty redhead girl from Stranger Things. She's being his friend. They're chit-chatting, blah, blah, blah. Turns out he's not allergic to the world. They lied to him. They kept giving him holy water and other items to make him feel sick all the time due to the fact that he is the son of Satan. Right? And those nurses are nuns who are trying to save him. Okay? And, he gets up, and the girl outside is his half-sister who's there to encourage the people of this house to escape. Well, we're watching that, and it doesn't work. He kills everybody in the facility except for his mother. He goes off with his sister, and they're gonna go meet their dad. Okay, that's how the ending goes. But I'm like, why did those nuns come up with a plan to bump off that sister? You think that would be what they want to do, right? Those nuns, they know that sister is a demon, is part demon, So why not come up with some sort of plan to trap her, kill her, and get rid of that one of those influences? Just fuck her up. It's gone. So then my wife goes, well, next time we watch it, you should suggest that to them, make it a joke. And I said, honey, if next time we watch it and I make that suggestion and then the nuns go off and do it and then look into the camera and say, thanks, Shane, for the idea, we're getting the fuck out of the house. Like, we're done. We don't live here anymore. Because I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to happen. So we watched that, and what else? What else did we do? A few movies we watched. My God, we watched a lot of horror movies. Like, a lot. But we're also watching a TV series called The Good Cop. All right? Now, that's a pretty decent series. I wouldn't call it like the greatest series in the world, but I certainly like it. Tony Danza has aged incredibly well for a man who's almost 70. I was like, man, geez, I hope I look that good when I'm 70. Geez, I don't even look that good now. I don't know if he's blessed with genetics or just worked hard, but dude took care of himself. That's all I've got to say. And The Good Cop is actually a good show. I'd recommend it. Why not? And on and on. I mean, it was, I had such a boring vacation. I'm going to tell you that right now. All right? I had a very boring vacation. My eldest daughter, our youngest daughter, Cassandra, she was so excited that I was going to be home from work. She said, we're going to do so much together. And I'm one of those parents that kind of live for their kids. I'm always around my kids. I'm always playing with my kids, watching movies, hanging out with them whenever I can. Right? Well, she fucking ditched me. Okay? Because my eldest son, Marcellus, though, he's the one that was in the story. He's my first son, and he was the one that was in the previous story earlier. Right? She loves him. She just, when he picks her up from school, they hang out together from after school till when he goes to work. And he works the night shift at my job. Okay? So I'm walking around the house. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I'm telling that to my wife. I go, honey, what the fuck do I do? I got nothing to do. I'm being ditched. I don't know what to do with myself. But eventually I bought a game and started playing that. It's all right. I like, fine. Now, when Marcellus goes to work, that's when Cassandra decides that I'm available, and then she'll hang out with me. I mean, it was, and I'm not mad at her, and I don't want her to ever feel that I'm mad at her. I made a joke about it, but that's about it, because I'm happy that she has such a close bond with her older brothers and sisters. And that's great. It's really great that, he's 23 years old, but he'll take the time to let her come in his room, and he'll show her the newest games he's playing, within reason. He doesn't show her, like, adult games, but he'll show, like, the puzzle games he's playing or the Mario games he's playing. He won't show her, like, graphic horror games or anything like that, which is good, because, I don't want to pay for that kind of therapy. So that was my 2 weeks vacation. It was fucking boring. I'm glad I'm going back to work on Monday. The other thing is, we got this noise machine clock radio, and it has a projection screen. Okay, it projects the time on the ceiling. It's so big that actually I can read it. Yeah. So I have that on because it makes a great night light, and because it lights up enough that I can walk around the room to go take a piss. Because at my age, I have to go at least once a night. And once you hit middle age, they don't tell you that part. That's not in the brochure, folks. So it was good. It was good. It was good. It was good. Now, here's the bad part. Right? Well, mixed feelings. I got laid the other day. Right? Yay! Now, before we had this projection screen going, I was thinking, man, that was like an hour of intense sex. That was wonderful. Woo! Well, this time, I opened my eyes, and I see it was 12 minutes. Fuck you, radio. Why do you let me keep my illusions? So now it's off. The projection screen is now staying off. That's just where I'm at on that. I mean, I used to have a ritual. After sex, I'd go to the washroom, wash up, look in the mirror and go, Bond, James Bond, and then go back to bed. Now I get up, I look in the mirror and go, what the hell happened to you, man? You used to, you fat bastard, get in shape. You can't even keep up with your wife. And then I go back to bed. So that's that. I have received an email from a fan, and I am going to read it as soon as I bring it up here. All right. This is going to be, you know the bit by now. I talk about my life, and then I talk about the topic. Okay. So first, we'll read the email from a fan. Excuse me. Hold on here. Hey Shane, I listened to your Friday rant about the employee approached by his co-worker in the parking lot about his lack of desire to hang out with a transgender person. Yeah. For those who don't know, that was, I think, last week's show. Hang out with a transgender person. I honestly feel the older gentleman was in the right to voice how he felt. Why would the other employee assume that everyone would want to hang out with them just because everyone should be accepting of all? Just because of someone's sexual orientation, like I care what you prefer, doesn't automatically mean everyone is going to want to hang out with you. Furthermore, the time when the two had this talk was not at work, but sounded like it was off business hours in the parking lot, which to me means the gentleman has every right to speak his mind without being dragged into an office and told that they should take a sensitivity course. What if they both happen to have bumped into each other at a grocery store and had the exact same discussion? Honestly, I think if anyone needs some sort of course to help cope, it might be the other person. Sounds like they need to realize that it's perfectly okay to accept that everyone is not going to want to hang out with them. And maybe, regardless of their sexual orientation, the older gentleman still might not have wanted to be friends. I personally work with people of all walks of life. We have a huge diverse world that has given us many reasons to divide us. But, like you said, it's about tolerance. And I don't have to be your buddy outside of work to achieve that. I can be respectful, kind, helpful, and still don't need to agree with your lifestyle. And that goes for in the workplace and out. I really enjoyed listening to your rant, and as I enjoyed them all, you offer views from both sides of the coin. It's how we pocket that info that makes us able to live happily side by side. And by the way, I don't think you're a douchebag. Don't know what that person's beef was. And hopefully you enjoyed my email of the non-naughty nature. Your friend, the M&M girl. Well, thank you, M&M girl. I don't know why that guy called me a douchebag either. I don't care. That's why I made a joke about it. I don't mind any and all comments and or feedback. If you want to put me down, put me down. I'll have fun with it. It's okay. I personally think that when you start a YouTube channel or some sort of internet vlogging or podcasting or anything along that lines, you're putting yourself out there. And when you put yourself out there, you have to accept everything that's going to come at you, right? And if it's, positive feedback, hey, you're doing great. Well, accept that. Cherish it. Love it. Keep it with you. Use that as a motivator to help you do even better. And if you get, I think you're a douchebag. You suck cock. Well, what you do then is you take that. You cherish it. You hold it with you. And you use that as a motivator. Because who cares, right? It's some guy on the internet. Probably thought he was being funny. And it was funny. He called me a douchebag. Right? And I made a joke of it. And that's just the way it's always going to be. All right? Now, on to the topic. We're going to talk about fishing, okay? and online dating. All right? Phishing is a term that is used when people send you these random emails saying things like, one form of it could be that they get a friend of yours' email address. They email you from their address saying, "I'm trapped in this city. I lost my money. Please send money to this to this person in Western Union to help me out. Can you send me $50?" Okay, and it's sent to like 500 people on your email list, or how many people on your email list, and that's them trying to get a quick bit of cash. Other forms of phishing are those Nigerian scams. They send on the internet, I could give you $20 million if you pay the tax transfer fee. And some of those are just blatantly obvious scams, okay? But then you get emails sent to lonely people that may think they hit the jackpot, okay? And here's an email such as this. This has been going on for weeks. I made sure to tell my wife about this, so she didn't string me up by my nuts if she saw these emails. I wanted to make sure that she knew what was going on so that there is no misunderstanding, because I would hate there be their misunderstanding. I wouldn't want her hurt. So she knew about this. She supported me. And here we go. Here is an email from a woman named Olga. "Hello, dear stranger. I wish to read how much you are interested in searching an acquaintance with new and wonderful girl." So obviously English is not her first language. "My name is Olga. I am hope to your like my pick. I am also searching person with which my life will calm and remarkable. I am very merry, kindly, and positive girl, but I still have single and yet very tired of such life. So I go to a dating agency and found your email. In fact, I'm searching for a real man, for serious relationship, and even marriage in future. Most important is my goal. I wish to look a lover to my lonely life. I very much hope that you are its man. I'll be happy if we will find other common interests, and our familiarity is most wonderful moment in future life. Now, I do not know how much you are interested in continuing our talking. Therefore, more detail I'll talk about myself later. I'll wait your answer. See you soon, Olga." And then she sent a picture of a gorgeous blonde. Okay? I'm talking gorgeous. Like, way out of my league. Probably about close to 20 years younger than me, yada, yada, yada. Well, she says she's 30, but this girl looked like she was like 21. So that's where the email I got. That was the first email. Here's my reply. "Hello, thank you for your interest, but I'm already happily married. Shane." That was it. Okay? That was my reply. And this is her reply. "Hello, Shane. Forgive me for being late in answering your letter, but your email was in the trash spam. I don't know why it happened. Maybe it's some kind of mistake. Maybe my mail filter is not configured correctly. It's all right now. I added your address to the good mail list, and we can continue to communicate if you want. Of course, I think you want to know me. If you didn't want to know me, you wouldn't have texted me, right? I was interested in reading your letter. I hardly know you at all, but I've been thinking about you all day. I'll be open and confess, I had a little online dating experience. You're not the first person I've tried to write to. I've tried writing to a few men before you, but I was full of disappointment. One man only wanted sex, another wanted to see my erotic pictures. Of course, I immediately stopped the dialogue with them, because my intentions are serious. I live in Russia. It's a little far from you, but I hope it won't interfere with our communication. Maybe you don't want to talk to me anymore, but if you are ready to communicate with me, I will tell you more about myself in the next letter. Agreed? I won't write much today. I'm just curious to know your thoughts on the matter. I want to know what you're looking for. Serious relationship or just flirting? I hope you're serious. I'd like to get to know you. Tell me something about yourself. And ask me about what you want to know about me. I will finish my letter here. Olga. Okay, so here's my response. Hello. Well, as I said before, I am married for 5 years now. Between my wife and I, we have 4 kids. 2 sons, 23 and 16 years old, and 2 girls, 14 and 8 years old. So I hope you understand that I am not flirting with you at all. Regards, Shane. All right. Number 3. Now, this is where I'm just going to paraphrase, right? Because all these letters are super long, and there are no paragraphs, very shitty punctuation, very poor letters. So here it is. Hello, Shane. I am so happy to hear from you. Your letters bring me joy. I feel we are bonding and building a long-lasting relationship. And then she went on to talk about her line of work, that she works in a beauty salon, yada, yada, yada. Here's me. I am not sure why you're not understanding me. I am married. Here is a photo of my wife and I at our wedding. Here's Olga. Thank you for your photo. You are such a handsome man. How do you feel about me coming to you for a visit? I think that would be nice. Just tell me where you live and what airport to nearest to you. That's how she wrote it. Yeah. And then she proceeded to say things like, she's feeling that she's fallen in love with me, that she's interested in me. She then sent me some naughty pics. Okay? So here's my response. I live on the moon. Thank you for your information. I will go to my travel agency and start making the arrangements. And then she proceeded to say things like, don't masturbate because I want to enjoy all your sperm. So, she went from not talking erotic to trying to entice me like that. Number 6. Okay, good luck. Shane, my love, I have had bad news. It will cost me 5,000 USD to get all my paperwork in order. Could you lend me this amount? I will pay you as soon as I land in your country. I know it's much to ask, my love, but is what it is needed for us to be together. My response, hell no! And I haven't heard from this person since. Now, here's the kicker. I then took her image and I did a search for Google Images. And it's some sort of Russian model, right? Because, some of these photos were just too professionally done. She looks too good to be true. And, of course, I looked into it. Now, this sort of thing happens. They prey upon the lonely, okay? This isn't her. This person, those photos, is not the same person as who's emailing me. And in fact, I think it's some sort of bot. I don't think they're actually reading the letters. I think it's just they have a set amount of replies. They look for my name. They saw my name, put it in, and then it just keeps hitting the reply. And there's probably a program that can do it like that. But what this does is if I had been some lonely guy, socially awkward or whatever, I would have thought I hit the jackpot when I saw her photo. And I would have went, oh my God, I'm so lucky. Yes, I'll do whatever she wants. And then, I could have been out $5,000 and then probably more. That was probably going to be the start. Most likely, she would have asked for more money, and I would have got no return. Right? It wouldn't have happened. Now, this literally is done all the time. They can go to an internet cafe, log in for 2 or 3 hours, send out all these emails, send out the replies, and, it costs them very little to do it, and somebody pays them. Otherwise, they wouldn't keep doing it. They probably have multiple email scams. Right? And that's the sad thing. Right? Because this person is going through that. This person is saying, oh, yes, please, I love you, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I'll help you. Because they're lonely and they don't want to be lonely anymore. Okay. I had another friend who joined a thing called, I think it was called Asian Dating, or Asian Dater, or something like that. And he is 60 plus years old. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to embarrass him. But he was showing me the girl that was messaging him all the time. And the girl that was messaging him looked like a 20-something supermodel again. And he was, overjoyed that this beautiful, gorgeous woman is interested in him. Okay? And I said, oh yeah, where'd you meet her at? And he told me the site. I think it's Asian Dater or Asian Dating or... I can't remember. Oh, it's not important. This was a couple years ago. So I discussed things with my wife. I got, oh, this is so long ago. We weren't even married yet. I told her what I wanted to do. I told her I wanted to sign up to this website, and then I wanted to, see if my friend was getting scammed. So I signed up to this website, and first of all, when you sign up, the signing up part is free. But instead of taking a monthly fee from you, they take things as you purchase credits. Okay? And it costs X amount for so many credits. So I said, all right. So I bought, I don't know. I think I bought 50 credits, and it cost me like $70. Okay? $70 Canadian. So then I filled up my profile. I said I was an 85-year-old man who constantly shits himself, and I'm looking for a woman that is willing to wipe my ass. I also wrote that I'm poor, I have no money, and I live in a 1-bedroom apartment on social assistance. All right? That's what I wrote, and I put no photo. Within 30 minutes, I had 130 emails from gorgeous Asian women telling me that they thought I was handsome. By the way, there was no picture. That they loved my profile. They thought I had a beautiful soul, and they were willing to talk to me. Now, how did I read these emails? I had to use 10 credits each time to read the email. And then, if I wished to reply to them, I'd have to spend 10 credits to send them the response. So you can see how 50 credits doesn't go very far. So when I explained that to my friend, he felt a little bad. He felt stupid. And it cost, I think he spent like $200 or $300 already in credits. And I told him, I said, dude, you got off cheap. This could have gone on a lot longer. And he went, yeah. So it's like, why are people falling for this? Because they're lonely. Because they think they hit the jackpot. It's like they think a woman's standards is different around the world. And in some ways they are. In some ways they are different. All right. But, a 20-something-year-old isn't going to want a 50-year-old 9 times out of 10. Okay? You have nothing in common. And if you have something in common, something's wrong with one of you. Right? Like if you have a lot in common, then something is wrong with one of your guys' maturity level. More likely, it's the 50-something-year-old's maturity level is down the shitter. Right? Now, I'm not telling you not to meet people on social media sites, not to go online dating. Just do your research. My recommendation is go for the ones that offer only, if you're going to pay, the monthly fee. Right? That gives you unlimited emails and talking and all that stuff. That makes more sense. Right? I mean, you're still going to find scammers on those sites, but generally they probably won't be part of those sites. Like this site was obviously a scamming site. It was a site to scam you into spending all your money. But if you go to like eHarmony or, I don't know. Hold on, let me look it up because I don't know all of them. I know there's Plenty of Fish, eHarmony, Adult Friend Finder, and there's probably billions of more out there. At least there it's a monthly fee. You pay the monthly fee. You can talk to whoever you want, exchange emails, exchange phone numbers, whatever. That's your business, right? But here's the other thing. People are going to ask you for money online. Never give it to them, okay? Just don't. there could be incidents out there where that person is being legit, they need help, that you're in a relationship, and I guess if you've been together for a long time, maybe, and the amount isn't unreasonable, maybe, but I'm thinking for every legitimate, honest relationship where a person asks to borrow money from you online, there is probably 100 who are not being honest or legit. So you take that as it is, and I would say I just wouldn't recommend it. Hypothetically, if they want the cash to buy the plane ticket, you just buy the plane ticket if you want to see them. Things like that. Because there's a lot of people. I mean, my wife and I, we built our relationship online first, right? And and we grew from there. And I brought her to see me because she was in Alberta, so I used all my Aeroplan miles to fly her to visit me, right? And then after that, she started paying for her own trip because we're both broke. She had way more money than me at the time. She was working at a work camp in Alberta where they paid all your expenses. So basically all her money that she earned was her money. So, way more money than me at the time. That's what was going on there. So yes, a relationship can be built online. I mean, I'm sure thousands of people meet each other online every day. They lead to marriage and happy lives, and they also have, shitty relationships. I mean, it's just like the real world, right? The online thing, meeting people online, is now almost more of a standard than the oddity. It was an oddity when I was a kid. Like when the internet first came out, that was an oddity. It was weird. You have an online relationship. I'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? But of course, that was the beginning. Now that we've had the internet for a long time, access to us, it's now become the standard or the norm. All I can say is be careful. Look at it. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. And understand that just because you got scammed once, it doesn't mean you're going to get scammed again. So keep that in mind as well, right? Just because you met a woman or a man who stole some money from you or catfished you or something along that lines, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen again, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that the other person who said hi to you is going to do that to you, okay? You take those experiences, you learn from them, and it will make you a wiser person for your next relationship, okay? Don't let one bad thing make you think that it's always going to be that way. That's the only advice I can give you on that, right? There are some people out there who just are so afraid to be alone that they will openly accept any kind of relationship that comes their way just because they don't want to be alone. I understand that being alone isn't the worst thing in the world. You can grow, learn, figure out exactly what you want in a relationship, and then you can learn not to settle for anything else. All right? That's one of those things you have to do. You have to sit there and figure out what you want in a partner. What are some of the things that you used to want in a partner and that maybe you can give up on, but there are some rock solid things that you can say, no, I'm not giving up on that. Like there were things I sat down when I was younger and I said, there are things I'm never going to accept in my partner. One, I was never going to date a smoker. Okay? Two, I was never going to date a hard drinker. And three, I would never date anybody that couldn't accept my son. Because I only had the one at the time. And there was a few more. But I stood by those, and people really tell me oh, you'll never date any girl that smokes? No. Why? Because they taste fucking awful. That's why. Why would I want to be around that? They're like, well, what if the hottest girl in the world walked up to you and said, I want to be with you forever? Well, if she smokes, she's not the hottest girl in the world to me. And some guys thought I was ridiculous, but they were thinking with their pecker, right? I'm not, and I wasn't. Right? You have to have certain things that you'll stick with, but there are certain things also that you might have thought were important when you were 21 that when you're 41 you might not think is important, and you keep that in mind too, right? Like when I was 21, she had to have, a banging body, right? Now that I'm 42 and I don't have a banging body myself, I think to myself, as long as they're good with my kids, we get along, there's nothing wrong with something to grab a hold of. Your standards do change, right? But stand by your standards, right? Don't settle just because you're afraid to be by yourself, okay? Don't do it. Don't let the fear of being alone coerce you into giving away all your money to some stranger, right? And to be used. You're worth more than that. Always you tell yourself that. You're worth more than that, right? That's the best advice I could ever give anybody on anything, right? I used to tell my students, right? Some of them were living with me at the time, and I would cook a nice meal for myself. This is after me and my ex broke up, and before me and Girlie got together. But they'd come up and they'd see me cooking a pork chop, mashing up some potatoes, cooking a piece of corn on the cob. And this guy, his name is Mark, and he's a student. He still trains in Wing Chun Kung Fu with me. And he goes, Sifu, why are you doing that? That's a lot of work just for you. And I said to him, I'm doing it because I'm worth it. And after that, he went to the grocery store on his next grocery day and started buying himself some real food instead of stuff that you can pop in the microwave. Because he realized that makes sense, right? Like I get up, I make my bed every day because I'm worth it. I keep my house clean because I'm worth it, right? If you're living on your own and you have this going on, right? If you have garbage everywhere, if your bed's not made, if your dishes are all dirty, and you don't really give a shit, then chances are you don't think very highly of yourself as a person, right? Oh, you'll tell yourself these things such as, "Oh, I'm just busy." No, you're not. You're not too busy for that. Everybody's busy and they get their shit done. You're choosing to not get out of that bed, to not put down that video game controller, or to not get off that couch and continue watching that show on Netflix you like, right? You're not taking time to do the simple things that will take care of you, right? So your house, how you keep your house, shows how your mind is, in my opinion. I always believe that. If you have a cluttered house and a messy house, then your mind and your emotional state is probably cluttered and messy. But if you take the time to take care of yourself, then I honestly believe the mind and spirit will follow, right? So if you take care of your body, if you take care of your surroundings, if you have a place for everything and a thing for every place, and you take care of yourself, then chances are your mind and spirit will then join you, and you'll start to get your shit in order, all right? Anyway, that's enough of my rant. I've been here a long time. Eminem girl, this is good. Your email, your little comment that I read online, that puts you down for November's draw for a $25 gift card and another draw for the $100 gift card of your choice in December. I want to thank you again for your kind words and your email. If anybody else wants to take a shot at this contest, there's still time. All you have to do is, first thing is be a subscriber. Second thing, send an email to shanehalfyard@hotmail.com with your question, comment, or concern. If I read it on air, which I will most likely, you will be put in for the draw of a $25 gift card of your choice. You can enter as often as you like. Another way to enter is you can leave a comment down below, but also be a subscriber. I read all my comments. I have I think 6 of them. So, don't be shy. And if you feel like ripping on me, rip on me. All right? If you have an honest question or an honest comment, say it. If you just want to goof around, say it. I'm fine with that. Hell, if you want to just send in a joke and want me to read it online, say that. And I will. And you'll still be put in the contest. But anyway, that's about it. Take care of yourselves and each other. And I'll see you Friday. Bye.